Welcome to Macey's Cooking Corner. My name is Afro Danes and I'm your host for this show today. We have Amber Smithson. Hello.
Hey.
And she's got a plethora of things she is going to cook for us today. Welcome.
I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on the show. I mean, she has so much knowledge on healthy living, and you're going to share that with us, aren't you?
Yep. I'm a certified health coach with Take Shape for Life, and
Do you like this?
7 years now. And I actually used to be overweight myself. And I really had to change the way that I ate and just some different habits so that I could maintain the weight that I lost. I lost 35 pounds. I've kept it off for over 11 years.
Really? You're looking fabulous.
Thank you.
Really? Oh my goodness. And what kind of things did you have to do to change that?
You know, you have to find substitutes because you can't just say, oh, I'm not going to eat anything that I normally eat. You really have to find a substitute for that item that fills that spot in your brain of your habits, the things that you're used to eating. So that's actually what we're based on today. What we're going to be going over is some healthier substitute items that you can do for dinners or even for Thanksgiving.
Oh, fantastic, because that is coming. These holidays that we do have, it'll be really nice to find alternatives instead of going on those binges that we do.
Right, exactly.
Really? Okay, so what's the first thing that you're going to do for us today?
Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, this is a favorite at Thanksgiving, is mashed potatoes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But here's something that you should know about mashed potatoes, is a serving of mashed potatoes is over 200 calories and over 30 carbs.
Wow.
And if you look at cauliflower mashed potatoes, which that's what we're going to be making, that's going to be our substitute tonight, a serving of this is 35 calories and less than 5 carbs.
No way. That's it?
I know. 35, it's amazing. Wow. And it tastes great.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited to show you guys how to do this.
Fantastic. Let's go. Let's start.
So the easiest thing to do with your cauliflower is to rice it. And what that means is you're going to grate it. Now, I think it kind of takes a long time and it's hard to use your cheese grater.
Right, absolutely.
So I actually brought this is a salad shooter.
I used to have one of these, and I think I used it so much I broke it or something.
I actually broke mine once too.
Right?
And so I got the heavier duty professional one instead.
Okay, so let's just move this so we can see what you're doing.
That sounds good. I'm just loading these in the top. And then to rice it, I'm just, this is kind of loud, just so you know. So you'll see that it just shows up. It looks like rice. That's why they call it riced cauliflower. And it's just grated up. So I'm going to go ahead and do the whole bag of this.
Which you bought at Macey's?
I did.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, I bought this right at Macey's just a few minutes ago.
Right.
In fact, you want to buy it fresh. You don't want to have it in your fridge for days and days because cauliflower is one of those things that
colors and
it does. It goes bad quickly. Hopefully this isn't too loud for everybody.
Oh, no, not at all. We just meditate during that time, you know, for that instance.
Yes. Oh, we'll leave that one down there.
Yes, we will, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the last one here. Okay, so at this point, you have about 2 cups here of riced cauliflower.
Nice.
And it's super easy to cook this. Let's see, I had a little piece of saran wrap right there that I had already cut off. You're just going to loosely place the saran wrap over your dish. You don't need to add any water or anything.
Wow. Nothing.
And then just pop that right in the microwave.
For how long?
Depends on how much you have, but about 6 or 7 minutes.
Not bad. 6 to 7 minutes.
Okay, let's see. Okay. So while that's going, I thought we could move on to our next dish while that was cooking up. And you'll see how easy that this Thanksgiving.
So I've got a question. So, you know, we were talking about glycemic. You know, what if I do want to eat a big bowl of, you know, mashed potatoes with butter and blah, blah. What does that do to me?
Okay, that is such a great question.
Right.
And I actually even brought a book that we use for our clients that shows you different glycemic levels of foods.
Oh.
So potatoes, a lot of people think a potato is a vegetable.
Absolutely.
But in fact,
Isn't
it's a starch.
Oh, which
Okay.
means what?
Yes, it means that it spikes your blood sugar more than a vegetable. That's why the cauliflower is so much healthier than doing the potato. Not that you can't ever have a potato.
Right.
But there's a saying that says you can eat a hamburger today or a salad today, probably won't matter.
Right.
But it's what you do day after day
day.
after day that makes the difference.
Absolutely.
So let me explain glycemic index just a little bit. Basically, a potato, mashed potatoes right here, peeled and boiled, the glycemic index is 70.
Oh, wow.
And 100 is pure sugar. Okay?
No way.
Yes.
Right.
So if you look at cauliflower, and I have this just on a page, right?
What a difference. And the taste is just as great.
It's just as great. So the cauliflower right here is less than 15 on the glycemic index.
Right.
That's very low. That's not going to spike your blood sugar.
No.
And here's the thing about blood sugar. That is more of a factor in telling your body to store fat than eating fat.
Oh.
Your body actually needs fat
Right.
to
Good fat,
process.
though.
Good, healthy
Good
fats.
healthy fats.
Yeah.
Right.
So the interesting thing is if you eat foods that are lower on the glycemic index, that's not going to spike your blood sugar. It's going to
Right.
keep it more steady and even. It's going to signal to your body to not store fat or to burn it if you're trying to lose weight.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Which is what most of us want to do.
Exactly. At least I do.
Yes. I want to and maintain it. You
Yes.
can lose the weight, but then you want to maintain it and keep looking as
Right.
lovely as you are.
Oh, you're so sweet.
As we are, right?
There's a time and place to store fat, right? If
Absolutely.
you were a caveman in the olden days and needed to store
That's
fat for the
right.
winter,
That
that
would
would
be-
be the good time to do it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But most of us really don't need to, do we?
Exactly. We go to the fridge, and the chances are probably 100% that you're going to find food there, right?
Absolutely. Yes. We don't have to go hunting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with you. Yes. Very
Okay.
nice.
So that has a few more minutes. So
Okay.
should we go on to
I think so. Yes.
our next? Okay.
We are now going to do. Let's tell our audience what are we going to make.
Okay.
What are you going to make?
Yes. So basically, a lot of times in Thanksgiving, we do cranberry, right? So I actually got this at Macey's. It's just cranberry sauce. And this would be something that someone would typically put out at Thanksgiving, right?
Absolutely.
But if you read the back, you're going to see that the total carbohydrates is 26, sugars is 17, dietary fiber is only 1.
Wow.
Okay?
Right.
So I'm going to compare this to instead, let's make a beautiful, colorful salad that we put dried cranberries on. So you're still having that
Cranberry.
essence of
Yeah.
Thanksgiving with cranberries
Right.
instead of doing the canned jellied
Yeah.
cranberry sauce.
I agree.
So that's
And this
what
is
I want.
something you can make anytime as well, because I love
Exactly.
cranberries as well. You know.
Exactly.
So.
So very simply, I got this at Macey's as well today. This is a 50-50 spinach spring mix
Nice.
salad bag. And we're going to just take a handful of this, about a cup. Put that on the plate here. Try not to spill too much there. And then, as I make a huge mess. And I like to do this for Thanksgiving is try to plate your items for your
Right.
guests
Yeah.
because it's great presentation
Really.
and it just makes it look more appetizing. And then I like to use measuring spoons whenever
Right.
I'm plating the salad. So you're getting the right amount and just getting
the
that
right
taste.
portions. Do you think that's really important as well, as far as when you're eating, how much you have on a plate?
Exactly. That's very important to really pay attention to portion control and how much that you're eating.
Why? Why would you say? I mean, why not? I mean, there's festivities, everyone's laughing, and food is in abundance. Why not just get a massive plate and just start shoveling?
Yeah.
Why not?
You know, a lot of people say that. They say it's Thanksgiving, it's
Yeah,
abundance.
Christmas, it's
Exactly. Just
whatever.
throw your caution to the wind, right?
Absolutely.
Well, interestingly enough, between Halloween and New Year's, the average American gains 8 to 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And if you do that, and then they spend the first month of the year trying to work that off at the gym, right?
Right.
Most people unsuccessfully.
Absolutely.
And what you'll find is over the years, you're going to find yourself with a lot of extra weight. And that can be hard on your system and for diseases like heart disease, diabetes, stroke. These types of things are going to be more of a problem as your BMI creeps up on you year after year.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true.
So I have some dried cranberries here, and I actually got these at Macey's, and they are 50% less sugar, dried craisins.
What's the difference between a raisin and a cranberry? Is that they've put it together, I suppose?
Yeah, so raisins and craisins, these are dried cranberries, whereas raisins is dried grapes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then they call it craisins. Oh,
exactly. So I like to do just a good heaping tablespoon and just put those right on there. And then a lot of people say, oh no, bacon, that's bad for you, right? But actually in small amounts, it brings a lot of flavor to your salad, and it's really not bad. There's only 1.5 grams of fat, and there's 2 grams of protein, 25 calories in a tablespoon of these.
Is that real, the real bacon?
Real
or
bacon.
Is this just
Yep.
Oh, it is.
It is. It's real bacon. So let's see if I can open this.
Let's eat bacon.
Yes. Everyone needs a little bit of splurge,
bacon.
right? Come on, it's Thanksgiving. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of the bacon as well. And then this crumbled feta cheese is also really great for flavor. And I love that it's low carb. It's 2 grams of carbs, and it's really 6 grams of protein. Because a lot of times you need to get protein in your diet, because that's also going to help balance your blood sugars.
Right.
Is to balance out your proteins and your carbohydrates. So trying to keep your carbohydrates lower and adding in some protein.
Right. Which fills you as well, doesn't it?
Exactly. So doesn't
Keeps
that
you
look
satiated? Oh, it does.
Doesn't that look pretty?
Very attractive. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty dress.
Exactly. And I got this dressing as well. What you're looking for in a good dressing is that it's not too high in carbohydrates or calories, and not too high in fat. So this one I got from Macey's, and it's the Gerard's raspberry dressing. And it's an olive oil and vinegar based dressing. And you'll notice that it's only 5 carbs as well for 2 tablespoons. But I find that you don't need a full 2 tablespoons.
Much, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm good with 1 tablespoon on there. And I'm not going to put that on because
That's right.
I didn't open it yet.
That's beautiful.
But I see now that our cauliflower is done.
It's done.
So we'll get that out.
Wow.
It's quite hot. And you'll notice that it just looks a little wilted in there. And and you would probably do bigger portions, obviously.
Right.
For a big
family or
Thanksgiving
something.
Family dinner, yes.
A couple of heads.
Exactly. So I like to add just a few items to this, just to kind of increase those flavors and make it feel more like mashed potatoes than cauliflower.
Yeah.
And you'll have to warn your kids that it kind of smells like stinky feet when
That's
you
right,
do this, when you cook cauliflower. I tell them that
Goes along with broccoli, doesn't it?
exactly. It's a cruciferous vegetable.
Right.
But the great thing about cauliflower is it's so high in soluble fiber. And that's great for heart health and for lowering cholesterol.
That is good.
That's what I love about cauliflower. Much better
Absolutely.
than potatoes.
Right.
Okay, so here's a few things we're going to add here. Is just some, and this is supposed to be garlic powder, but I grabbed the wrong one. So we're just going to put a little bit of garlic powder, some sea salt, and
Do you have a
pepper.
preference in salt that you like?
I like the sea salt, but I like anything that you grind.
Right, so do I. I type the same.
Yes, I love that. And then I also brought some dairy-free coconut milk.
Oh, love
And
that.
I love this. You want to make sure that you get the unsweetened one if you're putting it in mashed cauliflower.
Right.
That might be a little bit strange if you got the vanilla flavored or something.
Absolutely.
But coconut milk is really great because it's low in carbs. It has that healthy fat, and it's very low in calories, much lower than cow's milk.
Oh, absolutely. And almonds. What about almond milk?
I
Can
like
you use
almond milk as well. This was just the one that I had right in
Yeah.
my fridge.
It's just as good. I love
Yeah.
it.
So you're going to put, you know, probably for this amount, maybe a fourth a cup in there. And let's see if I missed any other ingredients. Nope, pretty good. Okay, so we're going to just mix this up. And you'll see that it mixes up pretty well because you riced it. And so you can just mix it as long as you want to really, sorry about that.
So like you're saying, because you riced it, it's easier to mix up.
Exactly.
Oh, very nice.
If you just steam the cauliflower and then try to do that, you're going to get big chunks.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But because you riced it, it's really going to whip up pretty well.
Pretty well, yeah.
You want to try a little bit?
Oh, I certainly do.
It might be
Here
hot.
we go. Does it taste like good?
Very good.
Yeah, totally.
Doesn't that just remind you of mashed potatoes?
Children friendly?
Yes. My kids, they don't even know the difference.
Really?
Yes.
That is way better, actually.
Yeah. It has
really
just
good.
really good flavor,
Yeah.
I think.
Gonna put that on my list.
Yeah. Whereas the
healthy
potato's a little more bland.
Yes, it is. And you have to do a lot more to it. Didn't add butter or anything.
Nope.
Love it.
You don't need it.
Oh. Yeah, so that's fantastic.
All
Wonderful.
right.
So we've got the cauliflower, mashed potatoes. We've got our salad. They're doing really well.
Yes.
In fact, I need to have another.
Yes.
My lipstick all over.
So once you have this, you have your salad, you've got some protein there from the cheese and the bacon, and you have your cauliflower. I mean, there's two vegetables right here.
Yeah, right.
So what if you want just a little bit of a dessert?
Oh, yes. What do you have in mind?
Exactly. Okay, so I brought for us to make some candied almonds.
Ooh,
Have you ever had those candied almonds at the fair?
Yes, but then you look at the ingredients and they're about this long, and yes, because I've been to
exactly.
places and you walk in and that smell and the aroma and you're like, oh, I want some so badly.
Yes.
So you're going to tell me you've got a recipe, haven't you?
I do. I have a recipe. And so these are just raw almonds. These are actually from my parents' almond farm in California.
They have an almond farm? No
They
way.
do. They do.
This is wonderful.
So these are fresh. These
You're
are
my
really
friend.
good. And so, and it's
Uh-oh.
just very simple ingredients. So it's basically sugar,
Here.
it's cinnamon, and water.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
Cinnamon,
Sugar,
sugar,
and water. And almonds.
And almonds, of course. Oh, wow.
Of course. So we're going to go ahead and make these up. So I need a half a cup of water. Oh,
Just 1 second, 1 minute.
Okay.
Welcome back to Macey's Cooking Corner. I'm your host, Afro Danes, and we have Amber Smithson in the kitchen today.
Yeah, we're having fun.
We really are, and she's made this delightful cauliflower mash. Oh, what would you call it? Cauliflower?
Mashed cauliflower.
Mashed cauliflower. And then your salad. What did you make here? What was it called? Delightful.
Well, it's just a green salad with
Some-
feta and bacon so
That's
far.
right.
That
So
we're
far.
maybe we'll put a few almonds on the top
Oh,
of that.
that sounds really good.
Yes.
Candice, could make it and just eat it myself. See?
It's like dessert.
Perfect.
It's like dessert
Portion.
salad.
Oh, yeah. Don't you love that as well?
Yes.
Dessert salad. Okay. So
Okay.
what's the first thing you have to do?
Okay, so I added a half a cup of water
Okay.
into this saucepan, and then we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. Let's see, not too high. And in here we have a cup of sugar and a tablespoon of ground cinnamon.
Wow.
So
How
it's-
many? So what?
A cup of sugar and
okay.
1 tablespoon
Oh, okay.
of cinnamon and a half a cup of water.
Water, okay.
So I'm gonna add that here, and we're
But
gonna
how
bring
much
this
cinnamon
to a boil.
was that? That looks like, there was more sugar. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I was like,
Yep,
how much cinnamon is that? Okay.
just 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon, but it was
Yep.
the sugar. Okay. And then a cup of sugar.
A cup of sugar and a
Okay.
half a cup of water.
Okay.
So
Can
it's
you use a
very
different
simple
kind of sugar,
ingredients.
or does it have to be white sugar?
You know, it does have to be white sugar.
Oh, it does. White.
Yeah, because of
You
how
can't- yeah.
it'll candy
Uh-huh.
on the nut.
Uh-huh.
It needs to be real sugar.
Oh.
So, you know, I always say if you're going to have a dessert,
So
you just should
use
go
the-
for it, you know?
That's right. Just yeah. Okay.
And portion control.
there you
right?
go. You're not gonna eat the whole bag.
No, you're
okay?
not. And this is 2
Don't
cups of
bite.
almonds
Right. Okay.
that we're going to add in just a
Nice.
little bit. We're going to bring this to boil first.
So tell the audience, what's the difference between almonds and raw almonds?
Well, these almonds are straight off of my parents' trees.
Oh,
They have an almond farm in California.
Oh my! How many trees?
They have 25 acres.
Oh, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's got to be gorgeous.
It is, and their house actually sits right in the middle of the almond orchards.
Oh.
It's like an almond fortress, so I call it the orchards.
Oh, orchard. Oh, I like that.
So that's where they live, right in the middle of the orchards.
Uh-huh.
And basically, sometimes they will process an almond, or they will, spray it with some pesticides, or they will put it through different processing, like blanching, where they remove the skins,
Oh, okay.
or
yeah.
things like that. But these are just raw almonds, straight off the trees. They haven't been processed in any way, and that's how I love them the best.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I love about almonds is that, so there's 3 basic macronutrients, right? There's protein, carbohydrate, and fat.
Right.
And so every food that you eat, it fits into one of or more of those categories. And
Right.
almonds is a cool one because it fits into 2 of those,
Wow.
proteins and fats. And they're healthy fats and a good source of protein. So it's good whenever you are having a dessert to really balance out any of the sugars that you're eating with some protein.
Right.
That'll help keep your blood sugar steady and even. So that's a good tip for when maybe you do want to have a small piece of pumpkin pie or
That's
a dessert.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you the secret here of
Okay.
signaling your body to not store fat. Do you want to know the secret?
Absolutely. Come on, you got to
Okay.
look straight at everyone.
Okay.
And
Okay.
tell them.
This is the secret.
That's right.
If you're eating that pumpkin pie, you want to go over to the turkey platter and take some of that turkey and nibble it. Because
Oh.
having that extra protein with that, this is boiling. Having that extra protein with the sugar and the pie is actually going to help balance your blood sugar. And so your body is not going to store fat like it would if you just ate the pumpkin pie alone. That's the secret of the
totally
universe.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So now I've added the 2 cups of almonds, and I brought to boil the sugar, water, and cinnamon first, and now I added the almonds. At this point, this is when you're candying the almonds. It roasts them as well at the same time, so you don't have to roast them in the oven before you add them to the
Okay.
saucepan.
Right.
And I just have a wooden spoon, and I'm just going to stir it, and I actually am going to turn this up just a smidge. And you're just going to stir this until it's done.
Beautiful.
That's scientific, right?
Absolutely. I mean, can't get easier than that.
Yeah. And a lot of people will ask, well, how do I know it's done?
Right.
You're going to know.
You're gonna
It
know?
changes.
Uh-oh.
It turns.
From what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Joe, maybe can you tip the,
Mm-hmm.
there we go, the can. Right now it's just boiling and it's liquid
It looks very liquid, like they're swimming in
brown something.
sugary water.
Delicious cinnamony
Yes.
water.
And if you were here in person, you would smell this right now.
Right.
And
Yeah, I'm like,
it's better than any candle that you're going to burn.
that's right.
It smells so good.
Again, do your children like these?
They do. Every year around Christmas, we like to make these, and we actually put them in little baggies and put a little tie on there, and we hand them out to our neighbors,
Oh, lovely.
and everyone loves. Okay, now it's boiling,
Right.
so you're going to boil this, like I said, until it's done. It's going to very quickly change its consistency from a watery, sugary consistency here into it'll look like just like a dried, it looks like white sugar almost, but
Right.
not white.
Right.
It's going to be that consistency. So it's just a matter of stirring at this point until it's done.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there you go. So tell us more. There's so many different kinds of nuts. Again, have you found that almonds work better than walnuts or Brazil nuts or, peanuts? What's the difference between peanuts and almonds? What's the nutritional value in peanuts?
So almonds are actually a healthier fat than peanuts, just with how they're made up. There's different types of fats, omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, and almonds have those good fats that are more heart healthy. And a lot of nuts do have the same properties. But for me, I am actually allergic to walnuts, so I stay away from those personally.
Really? Yeah.
I've always done better with the almonds.
Almonds, yeah.
Yep.
And I think a lot more people do, don't they?
And it's interesting because a lot of people will say, well, nuts are so healthy. And so they find themselves sitting a big bowl of nuts on their desk or...
And then munch all day.
And they're wondering, why am I gaining weight? I'm just eating almonds and they're so healthy for you.
Right.
Well, you have to realize that lots of things that are healthy for you need to be portion controlled.
Absolutely.
Because there is a lot of calories in almonds. In fact, 1 cup of almonds is over 1,000 calories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No way. What is
That's
this?
a half a cup.
So 2 of these is 1,000 calories. That's a lot.
So you do have to be careful on your portion with nuts. They say about a handful a day is a good amount.
And that's about 10, isn't it? About 10?
Yeah, probably 10 to 15, but just like a handful.
A little handful.
And that's healthy to eat that every single day.
Okay.
Yep.
But no more than that.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Past that, you're just giving yourself more fat and more calories than you really need.
It's like eating chocolate.
Yep.
You got a bar, you eat a little bit. Not the whole box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I like that.
These are it's starting to thicken a little bit, but you can tell that it's still watery. So it's not done yet.
Right.
You're
So
really going to know.
What would happen if you put this on the stove and decided to walk out and do some laundry or something? What would happen to your pan?
Your pan's going to burn.
Okay.
you're cooking sugar here, and you do have to watch it. You're not going to be able to walk away, so make sure that you don't need to answer your phone or save your baby from the bathtub.
Yeah, that's right.
Have someone watching the baby while you do this.
Exactly.
It's really starting to thicken up now.
Right.
Still not quite there, though. But it actually moves really quickly. We've only been stirring for a couple of minutes.
That's right. Literally.
Yep. So you have to just keep an eye on it. It's not a certain amount of time. It's not a timed thing where you're going to be able to know, okay, exactly
It's
4
ready.
minutes.
Right.
No.
Okay.
You're just going to have to wait until it changes. Do you see how the liquid is really starting
Absolutely.
to
Thicken.
It's starting to thicken.
Wow.
It's still not done. It still looks the same. Still looks syrupy at this point.
Absolutely dark. And it's dark. The color is changing.
Yep. Yeah, you can see here.
Right.
It's starting to get darker. It's roasting the almonds and also starting to crystallize.
Wow. That is working beautifully. Love it.
I'm excited actually for you to try these.
So what do you think? So between now and Christmas, or New Year's, what do you think people should do? This is really, I love the portion control, what you've created and the almonds. So what advice would you tell people right now about the upcoming holidays, festivities, families, people getting together and just seeing so much food in front of them at one time?
My best advice would be to make sure that you are making good choices on a day-to-day basis. Because like we said earlier, it doesn't matter if you have a hamburger today or a salad, it's what you do long term. So if you break it down, how many holidays, the days of a holiday between Halloween and New Year's, it's really only a handful of days.
True.
And if you treat every other day just as days to make great choices, then you're going to be minimizing the damage, right? It's okay to sometimes have a treat. Oh, do you see how it's turning?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So right now it's starting to get very thick. It's not quite done yet.
No.
You want to keep
But it's
going.
sticking together. Everything's coming together.
Oh, almost there.
No more liquid. It's all being sucked into sucked on top.
Do you see how it looks sugary
Oh,
now?
absolutely.
Okay, it's done.
And that's amazing for the fact that all it was what? Cinnamon, sugar, and water.
And water.
And that was it.
Okay, now you're going to see that it looks very sugary and
Oh,
dry.
okay. And dry, yes.
That's when it's done. And you immediately want to take it off the heat
right.
at this point.
Uh-huh.
And I like to move it to another container. I brought one.
We're
Sorry.
moving it to a container.
Going over off camera there. I like to just put
Nice.
it in like a Tupperware or
Oh.
so you can see how there's a lot of extra sugar here.
Mm-hmm.
And so really it seems like, oh my goodness, it's a cup of sugar.
Right,
That's got to be
yeah.
so terrible. But most of that's going to stay at the bottom of your container. You're not
right.
going to eat all that sugar.
Right. Ooh.
So there you go. You'll see how dry that looks. That's how
Very
long you
nice.
want to cook it.
Oh, okay. Until it gets to that point.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
Exactly.
And that's it.
That's it.
Oh, how easy was that?
Yeah, we put them in little baggies and give them to neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing I like to do is actually put some on top of the salad.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Just taste that.
So I like to, instead of just putting them on whole, and they're actually pretty hot, so I'm
Yeah, I
just
was
going
just
to,
It's going to pop one in my
I
mouth, but
know.
I thought, oh, this is hot.
I would
so-
wait a minute
Okay.
before you did that. But just having a couple, even if you put maybe 5 or 6 on the salad, it's really just gives it that good flavor.
Oh, and it's soft as well.
And I like to just, especially when it's still hot, they're going to be pretty soft.
Right.
And then I can just put them right on the top. Doesn't that look beautiful?
Absolutely. Look at that, how
Yeah.
simple but delightful.
Mm-hmm.
That is fantastic.
And I bet that they're about
And
cooled
about
off enough.
And I'll let you try.
Mm.
Are they good?
Mm-hmm.
That was fast cooling off, wasn't it?
It's still warm.
Oh,
It's not going to burn your tongue off.
We'll just move that around.
Yes.
Wow,
What do you think?
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in the store.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Healthier.
It is. Yeah. There isn't any preservatives or any ingredients that you don't understand on the
No.
label.
This is fantastic. I can totally do this myself. Wow.
Mhm.
And give to everyone. Instead of those sugar cookies that get passed around that you don't even want to move, pass them off.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone out there, hey, you can make me some of these.
My neighbors love it when I bring them around. They're
sure.
like hoping, I hope Amber does that this year.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Amber, for coming. This has been absolutely not only a delight. I mean, all these little treats that have been fast. We love creating fast meals and treats that anyone can do. But we also like the information you gave us. So do you have a website that people can actually go to if, they want to investigate and maybe have you as their health coach or something?
Absolutely. So I can also, for free, share the information on the glycemic charts that we talked about earlier, so you know which foods are the best foods to purchase, maybe here at Macey's or
There you go.
anywhere
That's
else that
right,
you
yeah.
might shop. So my website is healthcanbesimple.com. So that's health, Health, canbesimple.com. And you can email me, info@healthcanbesimple.com. And I do free consultations with people who want to learn more about my becoming their health coach and what kinds of programs and products and things that they can use to really just improve their health overall and maybe lose weight or help with diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, things like that.
Fantastic. All in one lady, and she'll even help you cook.
That's right. I have tons of recipes.
That's right. I'm on your list. So that's why we had you on here today. So just really thankful. Thank you very much for coming today. And for all of you out there, we are here every Thursday at 7 p.m. at Macey's Spanish Fork. Come and join us. We're thankful for our audience today too. But we hope to see you next week. Thank you.